were actually veterans. One was Air Force, one was Army. They instilled a desire for service in me, so I went on to become a public school teacher in Philadelphia. Critical. Every day we get up in the morning and we hear the news stories, and it compels us to resist, right? So we're here today to resist the Trump-DeVos agenda to privatize our schools, right? I'll stop believing, let's talk about funding, I'll stop believing that money doesn't matter in education, but all these rich folks stop spending so much money on their kids' education and underfunding our schools.
Thank you so much for having me today. Of public education, let me hear you. Country are fighting for the same goals of this march in our classrooms, in our communities, at our school board meetings, in our state houses, every day. We want equitable public education. We want meaningful inclusion. We want more time to teach and less time testing. We want the kind of school funding that invests in the schools our students deserve. And we want the right for all workers to public good. We must fight back on anti-public school initiatives. And we must fight forward. Who have opportunities to grow as professionals with skills training to hone their craft, hone their voice on the job, and real decision-making power to shape our teaching and learning conditions. And our students deserve a culture of collaboration among teachers, families, school leaders, and their community. Our students do not deserve a divisive environment where they constantly see their teachers attacked, their schools attacked, public education attacked. Students need to know there is someone standing up for them, and that is what you are doing here today. That is what we do every day.
By 14%, that's what they say, that's what's on the books, but that's not what they're planning to do. They're planning to cut funding for public education a whole lot more than that. And you better believe it. And they're going to do it in all different ways, and they're going to come at it in all different ways because they are selling our children's education to the highest bidder, and that's not okay. And I ask, why do you sit down? Because marching works. Ask Dr. Martin Luther King. Ask the Women's March leaders. Marching works. It puts a stop to things that shouldn't be going on. So what I'd like to say to you as the president of the Women's March in Washington, D.C., my name is Mercy Morganfield. Please connect with me and let's do things to make sure that our public education is accessible to all people and that it actually helps our democracy as opposed to hurting our democracy with vouchers. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being out in the hot sun.
Okay, now let's march!
I don't really need much of an introduction, I mean, if I'm being honest. So, this is Lily Eskelsen Garcia. She is the president of the National Education Association. And she brought her guitar because she rocks. I mean, come on, let's be honest, all right? So I'm going to pass it over to Lily.
Give it up for Lily! All right, yes, give it up for Lily, yes, indeed. All right, so I started to think, what is the most appropriate song? I don't know if we're hearing anything here yet. Not yet? Oh, trust me, it sounds just like Carlos Santana. Trust me. Oh, you who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourselves, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's hell will slowly go by, and feel
look at them and sigh and know they love you. And you of tender years can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, their children's hell did slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry. So just look at them and sigh and know they love you.
Boss to meet about what we could talk about, that we could like come together, sing Kumbaya and common ground. And so I wrote her back and I said, before I have any intention of even thinking about a meeting, I really do need to hear the answers you never gave to one senator during your hearing. So maybe you could be really truthful and direct and tell me, will you ever privatize something like special education or Title I funding for our most vulnerable children in poverty? Will you promise me yes or no? What if you were to tell me of all of those states that allow public funding to go to privately managed voucher schools and privately managed charter schools, will any federal money going to those private schools be held to the same transparency and accountability? Will we get to know how they spent our public dollars, yes or no? And will you do what the Secretary of Education is supposed to do? Are you planning on supporting the civil and human rights of every blessed student? Our LGBT students, our girls, our immigrant students, our Muslim students, students of all races and religions. And I will tell you her answer just as soon as she gets back to me, because apparently the email is really slow. But you know that we've already got her answer, haven't we? We know what they're planning on cutting from our most vulnerable children, special education, Title I funding. We know that they have turned their backs on our LGBT students. We know that they are not committed to even taking seriously assault charges of women students on a campus. We know exactly what they don't intend to do. With all of those cuts, what do we know they do intend to do? There's a brand new, shiny, multi-million-dollar private school voucher program in that budget. You know, I had somebody from the press, as all of these were going on, they said, we understand your problem with vouchers and the transparency and the fact that they don't serve all children. And what would it take? What would it take for the National Education Association to support vouchers? What would you be trying to improve? So we have to learn how to talk very simple and use very little easy words. Because when someone says, okay, vouchers really it hurts to take public school money away from public school students and put it into private pockets. When is that okay? Never. Never. It is never okay. We will not accept, well, we just hurt him a little bit. No. We know exactly what our students need. All you have to do is to walk into the best public schools in your state, whatever that state is. I'm from Utah. We'd go to Park City, and we would take a look at what happens when you have a ski resort underneath your elementary school. You got some resources there. You got parents that can afford to live there, and they insist on the best for their kids. We have some of the best schools, and I didn't say public schools, best schools hands down anywhere on the planet. Go in to your best public schools in your state with a $3.50 clipboard. That's all it'll cost you. Piece of paper and a pencil, and start writing down an inventory of the stuff and the staff they have. They have a library with a librarian. That's like finding a unicorn where I come from. They have books, they have technology, they have a school nurse. And then take a look at their kids. These wonderful, blessed children have never missed a meal in their lives. They go to the doctor if they have a sore throat. They don't have to have their parents with 3 jobs because they make a living wage with benefits. So you take a look at what makes those students so successful, and you replicate it. You put that in every public school. Our goal, every public school should look like our best public schools. We're going to go march, and I want to leave you with a song because I am sick to death of some of the people who are fighting against everything that has made this country a place to be proud of. And sometimes they steal things. They steal good words. You in this audience right now, you are patriots. Yeah. You are the people who are fighting for what this country is supposed to be. We've never achieved it, but we've always known what we were supposed to be. I always told my 6th graders that this was a love song. It's a love song I want to sing to you. I said, what it's saying is, in the darkest days, if you find the light, you can actually fight against forces that you think nobody else could win against. You can win. If you remember what you're fighting for, you can be the light. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's hear it one last time for the president of my union, the NEA, Lily Eskelsen Garcia! Are you fired up? All right, we're gonna go. Let's get this thing going. Pavithra's gonna give you the details.
All right, so Steve and I are going to be heading off the march right over here. We're going to line up, and then we are going to be marching along the sidewalks. So make sure that you stay along the sidewalks and obey traffic laws. You will see anyone as a marshal of the march wearing a...
Is this working? Good. Yes! Everybody on the sidewalk.
Anyone is welcome here. No hate, no fear.
Anyone is welcome here. No hate, no fear. Anyone is welcome.
That's right.
We're not gonna let hate win because we are small, maybe not that small, moderately sized group of educators, citizens, parents. We are here to protect our future. Education is the backbone of our democracy. Let's give them a hand. Education is a civil right.
That's right.
Not for the few, for the many, for the powerful. Even though people don't always see that power. We are here for our kids. We are here for Title I school.
that those kids who have all the money in the world can get. As we move forward, keep them in mind. Our kids, educational justice. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to anyone who will listen. Talk to people on the subway. I don't care. Talk to anyone. Education is a justice issue. Social consciousness of every single citizen in our nation.
Lastly, we just wanted to thank all of you for helping us to make this happen. We are so grateful that you could be here with us today. This is just the beginning of what we have planned in March for Public Education. So we want to thank you, and we want to ask you to take this passion and this energy home with you. Have awkward and difficult conversations with people that think differently, because we still have a lot of minds to change in our country. And if we don't start working on that, it's not going to happen. So thank you for being bold enough to stand up with us today. We got 1,000 people here. That tells me something about me. Really good. Thank you so much. Justice for our children! Justice for our children! Justice for our children! Justice for our children! Justice for our children!
You go to each series, like 3 minutes or so.
Fun public schools.
If you're looking for a good house, I know I'll leave you on the other tour, so let me know.
Good talking.
Good talking. Oh, take a picture of kids.